We'll also be recording this call, so if you miss parts or you want to share it with somebody, you can do that as well. There's a chat feature at the bottom. If you're on a PC, you can ask questions that way, or you can reach out to your coach after this call, and they'll certainly answer any questions that you have. But we're going to switch it up this time. Usually I do this call, or Jody does this call, but Kelsey is an up-and-coming leader of our team, and she has just grown her business tremendously over the last, she's not even been a coach for 2 years, and actually a little over a year, and she's just accelerated through her ranks, and her story is so great, and she does such an amazing job of showcasing her transformation and utilizing that to help other people. And she's helped hundreds of women since she's been a coach. And so that's something I admire so much. And so I just wanted to take some time for her to kind of ask her some questions and let her do the explaining as to what exactly it is we do as coaches. If you've been in a challenge group, you have a pretty good idea of how we lead challenge groups, but kind of what else is behind there. Like, how do we make money? Who can be a coach? Why should you be a coach? What are the requirements and things like that? So we're going to take some time, and Kelsey is a wife and a mother of 2 small children. I think they're like a hot minute apart each, but they are cute as a button. And she was a teacher and is now a stay-at-home mom and a full-time Beachbody coach. And her why is amazing as to why she stuck with it. So Kelsey, if you wouldn't mind just giving us a little background as to who you are, where you're from, where you were before Beachbody, what led you to there, and kind of where you're at right now.
All right. So first of all, thanks. Do you want me to start sharing my screen now?
Yeah, you go ahead and do that.
Right. Let me know that it does work, though. I know I said that earlier, but sometimes it's a little crazy. And my computer is really slow, so just stay with me. Okay. Can you see it?
We can, yes.
Okay, perfect. So, like Jessica said, I'm Kelsey, and I'm really excited to be able to host the call tonight. And I just want to thank you for letting me do that. But tonight, I just wanted to go over a little bit what we're going to be talking about, what is Team Beachbody, who and what a coach is, the sign-up cost, hesitations, and how to get started. So first off, just a little bit about me, a little bit of background. I'm originally from Winter Haven, Florida, and moved to Wauchula in 7th grade. I was really active. I was always very petite and small. I cheered and played tennis. I danced forever. And then I went to college and went into elementary education. I loved it. I got married in 2011, and 2 years later, we had our first child. And then 9 months later, I found out I was pregnant again with our second. So we have a little boy and a little girl named Elliot and Elijah, and they're pretty awesome. And before them, I was teaching, but now I'm able to stay at home, and I'm a full-time coach. So that's just a little bit about me. And oh gosh. Siri was recording this entire time. Okay. I don't know how she picked up. I didn't say her name. But anyway, so a little bit about me, like kind of before Beachbody. So at 18 months, I was diagnosed with a heart condition, pulmonic stenosis, and it's just like a heart murmur. Sometimes it's really common in newborns, and they typically grow out of it. I was just one of those that didn't. So for a long while of my life, I was always seeing my cardiologist. So like I always had a heart and health condition. My parents divorced when I was 7, and one day we just moved our entire life, my mom and me and my sister, to Wauchula, this little town in the middle of nowhere. It was hard at first because I was the new girl and I didn't know anyone. And if you're not from a small town and you are new, it is hard to get in the little circle. So it took me a while, but then I, tried being a cheerleader, and it worked, and got involved with a bunch of activities at school, and ended up meeting a lot of new people and who Jody is actually was my big sister in cheerleading, and she's kind of the one that got me into the whole coaching thing. So thanks to her, this is why I've started. But I met the hubby. I met Tyler when he was in college in Lakeland. And then we got married 4 years later in 2011, had kids. And then during my second pregnancy is kind of when everything hit me. I was diagnosed with my second heart condition during my pregnancy. My second pregnancy was the toughest thing I've ever experienced. I never had any good news going to the doctor. And they told me that I had a low ejection fraction. And what that means is simply like your heart is not working how it should be. And so during my whole pregnancy, I was seeing my specialist doctor as well, and my cardiologist, a new one, as well as my regular doctor. And they were doing, routines every day. I got to where I had to be on bed rest, and it was just really tough. And my first pregnancy, I did have an emergency C-section. And so don't say that when people say you can't get in shape or flatten your stomach, it's false. If you've had a C-section, it does work. Like if you really put the effort into it, you can do it. But anyways, so at that time I was diagnosed with my second heart condition. And a normal person's ejection fraction should be like around 60 to 70%, and mine was like at 40. And at 27, that's like something hard to hear, especially when you look forward to having so many kids, because at the time when I was going into for my scheduled C-section, I was told that I had to tie my tubes. And at 27, when you hear that and you had these huge dreams for yourself and your family, and to be like this mini football team, it's like devastating. So because I didn't put my health first in the beginning, like after college or after high school, and when I started becoming like my own person, it took a toll on me. And my second pregnancy was, like I said, just the worst. And my doctor told me that if I did not choose the option to tie my tubes, that if I was pregnant again, that me or the child wouldn't make it, just because of how bad my heart had gotten. So after that, when all of that happened, I knew that I had to make a change. And it was like right around 3 months when you get the, permission to go and start working out, that I started seeing all of the 21-day fix posts. And honestly, in the beginning, it was annoying, and I wanted to hide everyone on my news feed that was talking about it. But then I knew I had to make a change that was different from what I've done before. I've bought so many Jillian Michaels DVDs and maybe done them 3 days in a row, if that. I've gone to the gym. It didn't work. I didn't find anything that really worked for me. So when this came across to me and my friend was doing it, I just wanted to try it out. And thankfully, it was like a blessing, because it has completely changed my life. And I don't know, honestly, what I would do without Beachbody. So the next topic is why Beachbody.
Well, her story is amazing. And you can just see from her transformation, she took something that could have been tragic in her life, and that happens to so many of us on totally different levels. Something that you could utilize as a way to cripple you and prevent you from doing something, especially something as serious as a heart condition, and using that as an excuse instead of something to motivate you to want to be, a better person for, her kids and her husband. And so the fact that she was annoyed at first, but then gave it a shot anyway, and you can see from this, this before and after, obviously it worked for her. But why did you choose Beachbody over, let's say, the gym or anything else, Kelsey?
So at that point, I was just pretty much desperate to try anything. I've tried the gym before, and you could ask my husband. He hated when I said I was going to go to the gym because he knew I wanted a gym membership because he knew I wouldn't go. And I didn't have support. I didn't have, we moved constantly. We were always on the go. I think we've moved like 8 times before we bought our house. And so I never had any support from anyone, and I never had anyone to hold me accountable. And when having 2 little kids, it's hard to go to the gym, or it's hard to go other places and work out. So when I saw my friends getting the results from the 21-day fix, because that's what I started with, I knew it had to work. And since it was at home in 30 minutes, it wasn't taking the time out of my day. It was easy to get those workouts in during that time. And what I needed help most with was my nutrition, and made a big mistake right there, so excuse that. But the simple nutrition that it provides, like Beachbody has a meal plan for every program they offer, and that's like amazing. A lot of places don't do that. You can go to the gym, but unless you're going to pay a monthly fee to, have this trainer provide you with a meal plan every week, that isn't there completely supporting you, it's hard to stay on track. And it's easy to, when you're busy, it's easy to be able to use those color containers, the meal guides that they provide you with, and turn it into a lifestyle, and it's not a diet. So that was one of my favorite things. And Beachbody is just an amazing community that offers so much support from the CEO, support from the top coaches, support from your peers, support from challenge groups. It's like the support is the backbone to what Beachbody offers you. And a lot of people don't do that. And that's why I failed so many times trying other programs. So.
And if any of you have been in a challenge group and successfully actually committed to that challenge group, you know exactly what Kelsey's talking about. And, when you're in a position where you want to stay at home with your kids, and moms, how hard it is to shuffle your kid out the door, trying to get ready for the gym, to get them out the door, to get to the gym. Then you feel guilty that they're in the daycare at the gym, and then trying to get it's just too much. And so for moms, this is how I got started. And so, obviously it does work. And Kelsey is certainly proof of that. So Kelsey, why don't you give us a little bit of insight as to the first time you'd really heard about Beachbody is when you heard of that 21-day fix. Somebody was talking about that, but I don't think people realize how long Beachbody's actually been around. So why don't you go and hit on that?
Well, I honestly didn't know. I've heard of Insanity. Actually, when I was teaching back in Bonita Springs, a lot of my friends were doing Insanity. And they kept telling me about it, and I was like, there's no way I can do that, no way I can do that. And I didn't realize it was part of Beachbody until I actually joined as a coach. And they've been around since 1998. Carl Deichler and John Congdon are the founders of it. And it's I know you probably have heard us talking about Summit, our annual big conference meetup in Nashville this past year. But the CEO, Carl Deichler, is the most down to earth, and he showed up at everything with a jean pants on, a button up, and tennis shoes. So laid back, and just he is truly an amazing CEO who truly wants to help people. That's what he wants to do. And so they're actually one of the leading providers for fitness, for nutrition, and weight loss programs. You probably see the infomercials on TVs all the time, and that's how they actually started out. P90X was one of their top sellers through their infomercials. And when people started getting these results from the programs that Beachbody offered and started sharing with their friends and telling them what they were doing, and Beachbody noticed this crazy increase in sales, they figured, why not make these people coaches who are sharing the stories already? So when you're able to be proof of the product and share your story, why aren't you coaching? Why aren't you choosing to get paid to do this? So in 2007, they created Coaches. And since this was last year, I know 450,000 was like last year's at Summit 2, but there's over 450,000 coaches in Beachbody. And some people might think that's a lot, but if you think about how many people are actually in this world, that's not enough people out there helping change lives. So I think one of the best things they created are the coaches that, you know, are able to go out there and spread the word. And like Jessica said today in that live video, just like the compound effect, you know, when you're helping others and they're helping others, it's just like amazing what you can do together.
So true. I don't know if any of you have ever went to Walmart or Target and bought something off the shelf. I mean, I've owned Jillian Michaels and every other DVD there is to date, but I mean, really the thing that sets Beachbody apart is, you know, the ability to help one another through the program and come together in a unified front for accountability. So it's a really, I mean, it's an amazing company. I would never have stuck with it this long if I didn't truly believe in the leadership of Beachbody and just how cool management is. It's like, I don't even, you can be on a phone call with 200,000 people and you feel like you're family. Like it's a really, you know, weird thing that I absolutely love about Beachbody. So. Don't close my door. Jen appears on most of calls, which is why I also love working at home because my kids always do. But so, you know, Kelsey's obviously a coach, I'm obviously a coach, and you might be sitting back thinking, well, you know, I don't have this amazing transformation story, or I wasn't a cheerleader or a dancer, or, you know, I don't know that many people, or whatever the case may be. And so I just want Kelsey to kind of talk about a second, like, so who are coaches and who can be a coach and what the qualifications are and what you need to do to be a successful coach. So I'll let you take that one, Kelsey.
Okay, so when I first signed up, I signed up with a 21-day fix challenge pack, which, you know, is the Shakeology and program. And I started as a challenger. I had no clue I wanted to coach. It wasn't my intention. That's not what I was going for. And then 14 days into my first challenge group, if you guys have been a part of an amazing challenge group, which I'm sure you have, you know how awesome the results can be if you truly engage in them. So 14 days into it, I was determined to lose all of my baby weight because I had baby weight number 1 and baby weight number 2 stacked up really quickly. And I was determined to lose it. And when I got to my 14th day, I noticed I had lost 7 pounds. And I was just like, I was surprised. I had surprised myself. And I posted something on Facebook about me losing that, my progress. And so many people messaged me and asked me what I was doing. And it was because I was sharing my journey. I wasn't a coach at the time. I was a challenger. And I just wanted people to kind of see what I was doing. So, as you know, I already have a passion for helping others, and I went to school to be a teacher. So it's something that just comes natural to me. So when I have all of these people asking me what I'm doing, I wanted to just help them and sign them up and let them be a part of this. And when I found out I could do that and be a coach, I was determined to help others. And then when I saw the potential into coaching and what people were making and how amazing people were turning their lives around, I knew that this could like spark into something huge. And so I mentioned that my parents got a divorce earlier, and my dad was never around. And that's kind of the reason why they got a divorce. So when I started coaching and I knew that I can make this something, my ultimate goal is to retire my husband at the end of next year. And when I saw that, you know, helping others and getting people started on a journey to a better you could help me do that, I knew like that's what I wanted to do. So, I mean, it's just, you don't have to be a fitness expert. You don't have to be in the best shape of your life. You just have to want to help yourself and others along your journey. And that's all you're doing. Anyone can be a coach, a mom, a dad, a college student, people in the military. There are so many military wives and husbands that are Beachbody coaches, and the reason why is because they get their entire business, like their fees paid for, which we'll talk about later. But there's so many people that are a coach. There's not just one person that can be a coach. Anyone can be a coach, whether you're just starting out or you've been into fitness forever. It doesn't matter. So if you truly love helping people, then you will truly love this opportunity.
That is such a powerful why. And so if you've been in our challenge groups, which hopefully you have, and if not, you're going to have a chance to jump in those, because that really is the cornerstone of what we do. But when we're at Summit, end of last month, Kelsey found her why, of why she really, she loves coaches. She's natural. She has such a heart to help others, and she has this amazing transformation story, and she helps other people do the same thing. But then she realized why she really wants this to work, and that's to bring her husband home so he is more present in their children's life than her father got to be, because he was gone all the time. So, I think once you find something that powerful, and then you look at where you are in your current circumstances and realize that may not get you to your end goal in life. And we dream a lot, and we have a lot of goals and visions and stuff. And so Kelsey is such an amazing visionary when it comes to that. So obviously Kelsey is proof the products work, but I'm sure she wants to share, a few other people on our team that we're all like family that, also have had great results.
So yeah, these are just a few of our fellow coaches that have their own transformation stories. Like I said, when you are doing the products, you're participating in the workouts and the challenge groups and drinking Shakeology, and you're proof that the product works. There's no one that can deny your progress. And so when a program works and the results are real and they come from real people, people are going to want to join in. I would much rather buy from a friend who I have seen their results actually happen, and I followed their journey from the beginning to the end, than some person on a TV in front of a green screen. And all of these coaches are, proof that these products work. And we have so many other coaches too. And I just didn't have time to put a lot of the pictures on. But the top left is Brittany. I'm not sure, I don't know if she's on or not, but she has had an awesome transformation. She is she just graduated actually, with, I think her speech pathologist, SLP. Yeah. So, and she's so busy, but she has found time to make this, career for her, or business, because she loves what she does. Top right, obviously you guys know who that is. Our leader, Jessica. She's had an amazing transformation too. She has obviously a son who comes to our meetings quite often, and she has a rocking body. And then the bottom left is Nicole. She has two youngins. She was a teacher as well, and now she is lucky to be a stay-at-home mom too, and work her business online as well. And then the one on the right is one of my new coaches. She is awesome. She shares her story all the time, and that's Lisa. And you can see her transformation. And, we were actually just talking before this call, and she was like, I asked her if I could use her pictures, and she said, I never even realized I looked like that until I look back at who I was, look back at that. And it's so true. You never know how you feel or how you look until you decide to make a change. And when someone comes to you and says, because of you, that makes coaching so much more powerful.
So true. Proof of the products is so when we talk about what are the requirements of being a coach, the number one requirement is that you have to be proof the products work. We're not here to push anything. We're not salespeople. We're just here to say, this is a journey I'm on. This is what I'm doing. And I may not be at my end goal, but every day I'm striving to be better. And, that's what our whole team is based on, is people just working their butts off every day to be better than they were yesterday and helping people, bringing some people with them along the way. So proof the products is so important. So, so that we have to be proof the products work, but like, what do we do? Like, how do you do that? And what if you don't really know that many people? But what if you hate sales, right? Because I don't like sales, or, I don't like talking to strangers or whatever it is. So Kelsey, how did you do that as a coach? Like, did you have the same reservations?
So I definitely did. Obviously, 14 days into my journey, I was not in the shape I wanted to be. My progress was awesome, but I wasn't, the super fit person. So I didn't know what really coaching entailed. Like, I didn't know what it was. So I didn't really think I could do it until I joined, and I found that I was already doing everything a coach does. I said earlier that even when I was a challenger, I was sharing my story. I let people know about my progress. As soon as I got my challenge pack in the mail, I took a picture and posted it. And it's funny, like, you would be surprised how many people follow you from the beginning. And when you start doing that and you're already doing everything a coach does, why not be a coach? So we simply share our story and invite people to join in and let them experience this amazing opportunity. But it's not for everyone. Some people like it and some people don't. There are people that prefer going to the gyms. I get that. That's fine. It's just not my cup of tea. But we try to invite people to, not just join in on the coach movement, but also join in as challengers and help them get to a place where they feel comfortable and, help them figure out how they can love themselves. And we help each other reach our fitness goals and our health goals. Being a coach, you're able to hold yourself accountable because you have so many other people counting on you. It's not just you and your TV screen and whoever you are working out with. It's a whole bunch of people that you are helping hold accountable and who's helping hold you accountable too. Like I said, proof of product is one of our main things. That's what we work on. We work on our own transformation, whether it doesn't have to be a physical transformation either. We do a lot of personal development. That's a big thing in this, being successful, because you cannot help someone if you haven't helped yourself yet. If you don't truly know what you want, you can't help others find what they truly want too. So we listen to, podcasts. We have monthly and weekly calls. We have team calls like we're doing tonight every Thursday. And it's like a big, I don't know, it's like, I was never in a sorority, but that's like what I feel like this is like, because these girls and guys, like, who I talk to through like coaches, I talk to them more than I talk to a lot of people in a week. So it's pretty awesome what we do, because we do it together. You're never alone on this journey. Don't think if you become a coach, you have to figure out everything yourself. That's not true. We do everything together, and you probably see that if you follow a lot of us on Facebook. So
we do. So Kelsey was proof of the products. That girl from day one said, "Here's my challenge pack." She knew nothing about coaching, but she's like, "I'm ready to start this transformation." And how many pounds did you lose, Kelsey?
I just hit my 60-pound mark the other day.
60 pounds. So amazing transformation. She was proof, and she shared that from day one. And then she just started sharing her story as she went along, and then started helping other people along the way. And then started diving into personal development to help inspire, encourage, and motivate other people. And that's really what we do. She was no personal, trainer. She was no nutritionist. She had no background in sales. She was a teacher. She just found this thing that she liked, and she wanted to keep going, and she wanted the accountability. So she kept moving with it. And that's, really cool. And so Kelsey, actually, my sister, she's my number one in this business. She's been with me since day one, but she was unable to go with me on this last Success Club cruise that we went in March. And so Kelsey got to come along with me because she is, again, such a rock star in this business. So, you know, she got to attend that event, and we been to Nashville together twice, and different Super Saturdays and stuff like that. So you do find yourself among people that are just like-minded, and we're all just going through this life together, trying to figure out how to be better individuals and be better together so that we can help other people. Because as you all know, like, this thing is like a big deal. How you feel every day is a big deal when it comes to your family, your job, your everything. So, so next we got, Kelsey, what else do you got that you maybe want to talk about? So she knows how to be successful. She's obviously done it. How long have you been a coach now?
Oh gosh, you had to ask me. 15 months?
15 months. So she's grown her business. I would probably say, I haven't seen her numbers lately, but I'm going to say at least 200 to 300% since day one. So she obviously knows how to be successful, but I want you to kind of share, you know, how can you grow in this business, and how fast or slow can you go?
So it's because you are basically your own CEO. You can decide whether you want to go full speed or, you know, pump the brakes a little. You can decide if you want to go all in and, you know, do whatever it takes to become a top coach, or you can just sit back and enjoy the discount for being a coach. It's totally up to you. And one of the best things about this business is they don't, you know, assign you to be a coach and give you nothing. They give you everything you need. They provide you with websites. They provide you with an office, an online office that gives you training resources. You keep up with all of, they give you everything you need. And not just Beachbody as a company, but your team as well. We give you the tips. We give you top coach trainings, tons of resources, outlines, support. Like I said, I talk to these women more than I talk to some of my family. And that's because I talk to them all the time. We're coming up with new ideas or just talking about life, because they've become such, I can't even call them friends. Like you have to call them family. And one of the best things about how you can be successful is we are actually a part of, she's number 11, I believe. Last year, she was a top 10 coach. Brittany Leggett, she has created Dynasty United. She is, a total rock star. She has a team of, over thousands of coaches underneath her. And we're lucky to have her at the top because she provides us with her training. Like, she gives us what she uses and what helps her be successful. And I want to say there's like 5 coaches in the top 5 or the top 10. And remember, there's 450,000 plus coaches in the network. We have like 5 coaches in the top 10 that's part of our upline. So all of those resources that they have, they're offering us. So we get everything we need to know. You're never thrown out there on your own and you don't know what to do. And the best thing is you can choose to take that information and run with it, or you can choose to just sit back and, help a few people here and there if that's what you want. One of the best things about this business is you don't have to be at a desk from 9 to 5. You can set your hours. You can work on the go. This business is completely mobile. You can use your phone, your laptop, your, smart TV. I actually used my TV once when my computer wasn't working, and I don't know what happened to my phone, but I was just trying it out, and I can use my TV for this business. Like, that's crazy. You can't do that at a lot of places. So it's pretty simple to be successful. You just have to want it. If you want it bad enough, you can be a top coach. They're no different than us.
Awesome. Yeah, no, my favorite thing about being a coach is that it's, one, the friendships and the community and just being around like-minded women. That's my favorite thing. But second thing is that I can do this anywhere at any time. I work a full-time job. A lot of other women work full-time jobs. We have stay-at-home moms. We've got full-time executive, career people. We have, people that work 2 jobs and this is a 3rd job. And we have people that just like my mom that says, you do your thing. I don't really like talking to people, but I really like Shakeology, and I like that 25% off every month. So we like, any and everybody can be a coach. It doesn't, if you help one person in your lifetime and they come to you and say, thank you for helping me in whatever way that you were able to, that's enough for me. I mean, helping one's enough. So, but it's really cool that you can work it however you want and whatever time frame you want. And we also walk you through that in trainings, like how to make time for this business. So, but there's always hesitations. You probably have a few in your mind, like, yeah, it probably sounds too good to be true. But if you know us, especially if you've been following any of us for any period of time, you know that it's pretty straightforward with us. Like, I certainly wouldn't have hung in here for 26 months if there was something sketchy with this business. It's hard work, but it's so much fun. And if you love it, you can be super successful. But we'll just go ahead and go over some hesitations. I'm sure, Kelsey, you probably had some when you first started.
So these are just a few because I feel like these are the most popular that a lot of, that comes to mind when people want to be coaches. And the number one thing is that, they hear it's a pyramid scheme. Well, I'm not really going to go much into that, but first of all, like, it's illegal to do that. And obviously, since we've been around since 1998, I don't think we would be so successful if that was the case. Also, there's not just one person that's reaping in the benefits. Like, everyone, like Jessica said, if you work hard, you're going to get what you put out. And that's not what happens in a pyramid scheme. So, but the second one that we hear a lot is you're not at your ideal weight, or you don't look like a fitness coach, or you're not. I hear that all the time. And I wasn't at my ideal fitness goal, and I'm still not. I actually hit my weight goal, but I still want to work on myself. And I don't think anyone really comes in just like at in the best shape of their life. They don't think they need to change anymore, because obviously they do if they wanted to join. So everyone's working on themselves when they become a coach, whether you're at your goal or not. And one of my favorite ones is I'm not a salesperson. And I know, I'm not either. So one thing I shared with my team a little while ago was how we're not salespeople. Like, we're shares people. We share what we do. We share what works for us, and we share that we hope it works for them. Like, a little thing that I kind of think of when I hear people say they're not a salesperson is when you go to buy a car or you're at a dealership, you're going and buying a car from a salesperson. They're going to do whatever they can to get you in that car. And then when they do and they make that commission off you, you're not going to hear from them down the road. They're not going to call in and check and see, is your car running okay? How are you doing? They're not going to, hold your car accountable, so to say, or so to speak. But that's what we do. Like, we share and we stay with you. We're not going to just, sign you up, make commission off you, and say, good luck. I hope you reach your fitness goals. No, we're here to help you achieve them together. And you're there to help me achieve mine too. So it's not just, we're not selling anything. I mean, technically, I guess you could say we are, but we're not salespeople. And I think if that was the case, a lot of us wouldn't be here, because I know I'm not a salesperson. I deal with kids all day. So, I try to sell them on eating vegetables. So.
Yeah, something we like to say is, well, first, let's go to pyramid. Like, every organization ever is a pyramid, right? You got the government, you probably got whatever company you work for. If you're a teacher, you got your school board, your principal, like whatever. Everything is in the shape of a pyramid. That's just how things work. But there's only a few ways you can market products, and this I really think is the most genius way, because personally for me, when I want to know something, I go on Facebook, like, hey, do you know of a painter? I want my friends' recommendations because I trust them. So we're not salespeople, we're share people who just share what we're doing. And I don't know if you've seen maybe other people pushing weight loss products and just, advertisements here or there. We don't do that. We're just sharing our journeys, and Kelsey is so good at that. I mean, that girl does Throwback Thursdays or Transformation Tuesdays like it's her job. So that's not selling anything but herself. Like, look at what I did. I'm proof the products work, and this stuff works, and I want to help you. And so she's such a rock star at that. So.
Yeah, I do. I post a lot of Transformation Tuesdays and Throwback Thursdays. If you're not friends with me, I'll just go ahead and warn you. You'll see a lot of them if you become friends with me. But, yeah, so sorry.
Well, Kelsey, did you start off as you're all-in business builder, or what was your expectations, and what kind of coach can people be?
Okay, so when I first started, like I said, I did not know, there was coaches. I didn't know that you could be a certain type of coach. And technically, when you sign up, you're a coach. You choose what type of coach you want to be. And when I first started, honestly, when I knew that people wanted my help and to do what I was doing and to be part of my journey, I would say I went in as a hobby coach. I didn't really go in for the discount. It wasn't something that I wasn't like, I knew either I could go all in or just be a challenger or a discount coach. So I went in, I would say now I'm trying to be a business builder. I would say I am. I stay at home with my kids, and I've tried making this is my full-time business, and I have a big goal to accomplish by next year. So, but anyways, you choose what type of coach you want to be. When you sign up as a coach. There's, no option to choose a discount, hobby, or business builder. You get to choose that. And as a discount coach, you're just simply enjoying that 25% off. You love Shakeology, you love the products, programs, and you want a nice discount, which who doesn't want it? I always offer the discount offer to my challengers if they decide they want to go on with Shakeology, because it would kind of be foolish to let them keep paying, extra money when they could be saving. Then there's the hobby coach. A lot of people, find themselves in the middle of this discount in business if they are sharing their journey. They might want to make a little extra money, work on their time, and help others too. I have some coaches who, just if someone reaches out to them, then they'll sign them up. They don't want to be a business builder, but they don't mind helping others. They do share their journey, but they're not technically all in. And when you are all in, we consider a business builder, and that's just, ready to do whatever it takes. You want to be a top coach. You want to live a life by design. You want to, you want to experience something that you haven't had before. And that's what I want to do. And that's what a lot of people want to do. So I would consider myself now a business builder.
Yeah, and that's something that I know when a lot of people go in, they're so scared because they don't know enough about the business, where they're like, yeah, I'll just be a hobby coach. But I think when you start really learning the opportunities that exist in this business, it's like, okay, I'm going to do this or I'm not. And then, but I was a business builder from the start as well. So you want to go over this slide, Kelsey?
Okay, so this is just how you can benefit. I can't really, okay, there we go. I can't really tell you how much you can benefit from it. I can't tell you how much you're going to make. I can't tell you if you're going to be successful or not. That is completely up to you. You decide whether you want to, make it big time, or you just want to, again, sit back and just enjoy, the ride. But the comp plan for Beachbody is you make 25% commission off of all sales. You also get 25% off all products. When you hit a certain rank, it would be your first rank that you would hit, you start qualifying for weekly bonuses. And that just means that you are building a team as well. Then, when you hit another rank, you start receiving leads, and then there's quarterly bonuses when you become a certain rank. A lot has to do with your rank, but there's always some type of way that you're getting recognized, you're getting paid, you're getting just kind of like, I don't know, recognized. You also get free gear. Like if you complete a program, let's say you do 21-day fix. You complete 21-day fix, you send it in, and they're going to give you a free t-shirt. Like, really? So you get a lot of, there's so many benefits to becoming a coach. I wanted to show just like my month 1 and my month 4 progression. I didn't make anything the first 2 weeks I coached. You get paid weekly. I got paid $50 the next week and $50 the next. And this was my month 4. And, that's just from simply sharing my story and not selling anything. I mean, sharing it with others and inviting them.
That's awesome. Yeah. And you also, we have monthly goals each month. And so, like I said, we went on a trip to Bahamas and Jamaica in March. And now there's several of us going to Punta Cana and an all-inclusive resort next April. And that's Beachbody pays for that if you meet certain milestones. So not only can you, she went on her from month 1 to $100 to over $1,000 in month 4. And so that, if you do the math, like that's an insane pay raise. And I don't know about you, but I was never getting those type of pay raises at any job I've ever been at. So you want to go over like what is the big potential in this business?
So anyone can be a top coach. There's no criteria. You just have to work for it and want it. Here's a few of the top coaches. Brittany Leggett, like I said, she is our upline. She hit the Millionaire Club 2.5 years into her business. She was an RN. She worked all the time. Her husband was in the military. And now she's retiring. She's wanting to retire her husband. And she's a top coach and just hit the Millionaire Club 2.5 years into her business. Lindsay Matway is another top coach. She brings, this is kind of like, I can't even say this in a sentence, but like over $20,000 a week. $20,000 a week. Scotty Hobbs has paid off his entire mortgage. And Brigitte Linford has made 6 figures in 6 months. And these are all people just like us. We see these people all the time. They're real human beings. They do exist.
They are real. Brittany Leggett actually reached out to me today. So, she's real. She's the sweetest person ever. And they just taken this opportunity and completely embraced it and ran with it. They do work and they work really hard, but they help so many people. So there's tremendous opportunity here. So, so what happens from here, Kels?
So if you guys are ready to get started, I gave you a little call to action, and hopefully, if this was for you, you decide to go for it because it's really an awesome opportunity, and I really don't know what there is to lose to it. So my call to action for you is to reach out to your coach that invited you and just let them know what you thought about it and whether you're interested in signing up for a discount coach or, hobby. If you want to make it a business builder, talk to them. And if you do want to make this, what sets, just helps you accomplish the goals you want to, then set up a get started right call with them. That way you can talk about your goals and your plans and how you can achieve that. I really, really encourage you to plug into a Coach Basics group or a Coach Training group. We offer these every month, and it really helps you understand the basics of what you need to do as a coach and how to get started. And then make sure you're involved in a challenge group. That's what's going to get you the, proof that you're being, proof the product works. And, it's just going to really help you be able to learn how to run your own challenge groups. Not saying you have to right away, but just make sure you're plugged into a challenge group and invite others to join you too.
Awesome. Yeah, it's pretty simple. And really, so hopefully now that anyone can become a coach, and that if you are interested in any form, even if it's just, I'm not really sure, I want to kind of fill it out for a little bit, that you reach out to your coach and just have that conversation, because we want to talk about your goals and your dreams and your vision and how we can help you get there, because this is a very viable vehicle to get you to whatever that thing is. And even if it's, it's Christmas is coming up and I don't have any spare cash in my bank account to pay for Christmas, and I don't want to put it on a credit card again this year and try to pay it off all year long to be back in the same position next year. So Kelsey, again, has done a tremendous job in her business and finding, that deep-rooted why and purpose of like God made her for more, and she's a great stay-at-home mom, but she gets to stay at home with her babies and contribute to such an awesome level. And hopefully her goal is to bring her husband home next year, and that's an incredible goal, and I know she'll meet it. I mean, when she's got tenacity in her heart, and she makes it happen. So, Kelsey, thank you so much for sharing, your side of like what it takes to be a coach. And I just want to open it up right now to anyone that has any questions. You can, again, use the chat box. Do you have any questions for Kelsey, or any questions regarding anything that we talked about during this call? Please speak up. We'd love to hear from anybody that has something to say. And this is usually where people get quiet, like, I'm not going to talk. We're all friends, I promise. No? Okay. All right. Well, thank you. Like
Jessica,
I said,
can you hear me?
I can.
First of all, I want to say that you did a super awesome job, and I'm so proud of you, Kels. But one thing I wanted to hit on real quick that Kelsey, she mentioned, but I know when I reach out to coaches all the time, the first thing they say to me is, well, all of my friends already do Beachbody. And so Kelsey had mentioned in the beginning how there's over 450,000 coaches, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, all my friends already do Beachbody. But the way Kelsey got involved in Beachbody, her best friend actually signed up underneath me, and then she signed up Kelsey. So Kelsey and I had no connection in the beginning. Kelsey reached out to me wanting to find out how to work the business more, because of course I had no, connection that she was even there. So that's just another, example of how there are still so many people in the world to be helped, and not just, in just their health and fitness, but also, financially. And it's definitely made such a difference in Kelsey's life. So when you sit and think that all of your friends are Beachbody, there's so many more people than you could ever imagine that will reach out to you wanting your help. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
That's so true. I mean, so often you see all these transformation stories on TV or wherever, but you either, one, don't believe them because you don't know them, or you just question, but there's so many people. You think about your family members, whether it's your sister, your cousin, your best friend, whoever, that struggle with their weight or just not happy with where they're at in their life. I mean, there's so many people like that need your help, that don't know a current coach, but they know you and they would trust you with that type of knowledge and helping them along the way. So everyone has a story to share. Everyone is special. Kelsey, thank you so much for all you contribute to our team, and to everyone that jumped on. Thank you to everyone that jumped on. Hopefully you reach out to your coach. And even if you just want to keep rocking as a challenger until you figure out this is something you want to do, reach out to your coach. And we hope to see you all here next Thursday on our next team call. Have a great night.
Thanks for letting me host.
See ya.